Letting go can be one of the hardest things that you will ever have to go through in life. Letting go is something that can either make or break you. And I think each time we let go of something, we get stronger. One way or another, sooner or later. The thing that makes letting go so hard is the emotional attachment, whether that be from a relationship, a habit. You seem to have this connection with this thing that is so strong that even after a little while, you start to reminisce, which makes you go back. But when you truly have to let go of something, when you realize that this thing that you need to let go of is no longer serving you in the way that is positive, that is when you have to have that battle with yourself. That is when you have to truly look into yourself and say to yourself that I don't need this anymore. Another thing about letting go is getting through it. Getting over someone. The past can be your worst enemy, especially if it's still fresh, because you start to reminisce and think about the times that you had together, the times that you spent together, everything that was said, everything that was done, the promises, the hope, and holding on to that hope still. It could be one of the most painful experiences of all time. Trust me, I know. Each time I had to let go of something, I gained. I realized that now I have gained. You know, in the moment, you don't really seem to understand why this is happening, because you start to question whether or not, if everything was real or not, because, you know, just a little while ago, everything was fine, but now it seems like your whole world is crashing down. It seems like everything is over. You lost yourself, in a way. Depending on how close of a relationship you have with whatever you're trying to let go of, but all in all, it's still pretty much the same. Because you still feel that sense of why. You still question whether or not everything is real, was real. Especially when you don't want to let go, but knowing that you have to let go in order to better yourself. I think that we sometimes get caught up in the emotions, and we start to ask, why is this happening to me, instead of why is this happening for me? And that is something that I had to learn. I'm still learning. Because when you look at it like, why is this happening for me, you'll start to realize and start to understand the possibilities that could come from this. Because yes, although you are hurt, and it probably will hurt for a long time, but in that hurt, you start to find strength and look at other things that you can do in order to get better as a person, whether that be for your career, for your mental health, for your physical, even the spiritual. And they say God is close to the brokenhearted. And that is something that I take heed to. Because every time I feel as though I'm lost and letting go of somebody and, you know, going through a breakup or having to quit a habit, I look to God. And it has been something that has helped me get through it. But I'll be lying if I told you that it wasn't a process. I'll be lying if I told you that this isn't a process, because it is. It takes time to get over things. It takes time to heal. It takes time to be who you once were before you had to let go of whatever you let go of. And that is something that I also had to learn. And taking the time that you need to heal is so important. Because not only do you get to understand who you are as a person after this, you become new. You let go of the old, and you start to realize that you can move on, and you can be without this person. You can be without whatever you're letting go of, and you can thrive once again, as you did before. You know, I think a lot about my past. I know we all do. I feel as though it's something that holds us back most of the time, because we start to look back and, you know, have that sense of, why did I do those things? Why was I even tripping about that? And I just feel as though we need to let go of the past, because it already happened. We can't change it. We can't go back and, you know, change where we were and what we said. But I feel like even if I had the opportunity to go back and change it, I wouldn't. Because the past makes us who we are. It makes us who we are today, who we are gonna be. And we can look at what we can do differently next time. It's really important that we just stop looking back into the past. I struggle with looking into the present. It's something that I'm working on. I feel like we all look into the future. We worry about the future too. And we start to, you know, get caught up in, what are we going to do? What are we going to, you know what I'm saying? Where we're going to be. But I'm learning that being present and enjoying this moment is so important. Because not only are you aware of what's going on now, it makes the feeling of what's happening more vibrant. It makes everything so much more enjoyable and everlasting. Because I've come to learn that when I worry about the future during an important time, the time that I'm having in the present seems to slip away faster. And when it's over, I start to realize that I wasted that time thinking about what could have been or what can be, instead of looking at what's happening now. So it's truly important that we just try to stay present in whatever we're doing. Because if you look ahead, and if you keep looking back, you'll start to realize that what's happening now is passing you by. And life is happening fast. Too fast. Way too fast. And I don't want to be that person to be the I should have. I want to be the I did. So I'm encouraging you to stop looking back, stop looking ahead, and be here. But letting go. When it's all said and done, peace will be the best feeling that I believe can ever happen, that a human being can ever feel. So understand, if you're going through something and you're having to let go of somebody, know that it will get better. know that when this is all said and done, you will become a better human being. You will be stronger. You will be able to understand that you can do better next time and learn from these mistakes. Because that's what we're here to do, learn. And take your time. Because healing is a process. There is no time limit. So give as much as you can. And know that you did your best.